fights, but I like what Simply TOOBASED have. They don't have a hero that can find Hoodwink in the tree lines. They do have like leash mechanic, they do have some silences and stun against the Storm, so it's not an easy Storm Spirit game against the Sanking. I want to see, this is a position 5 Grimstroke. This hero loses a lot of the time. This hero loses most of the times that when he's being played. So still one of my favorite heroes. Maybe that's why his win rate is also not,
Are you
not the
contributing
greatest.
to this
Maybe
now?
I'm contributing. I feel like everyone's contributing to Grimstroke's poor win rate. But yeah, they do have like the double stun, so double Shadow Demon ulti. Some combos are there. I just feel like the damage output might be a bit limited at the early stages of the game. And I want to see how Empyrean is going to do on Phoenix. The panel talked about he had a little bit of a rough time during the previous tour, but he looked okay on Phoenix, especially the first game when he played it. He was making a lot of good rotations, so want to see him on a hero that he feels very comfortable.
Phoenix is definitely that hero, as we said. Definitely a comfort pick coming out for multiple players over on the side of Simply TOOBASED, so we'll have to see how it all pans out. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember the one part? There's this one guy who sits there in Twitch chat and always says the win rate on Grimstroke.
He talks about the win rate in professional games, which is like below 40%. And yeah, we do mention that a lot, me and Fog, because we just love to play the hero, and it's funny. Every single time I see this hero, it's like, well, you picked the Grimstroke, what did you expect?
I always like that he pops up in chat just to remind us just how poor that win rate is in the pro scene. But maybe this will be one of those games where they make it work, and it looks good. Like you said, having the double stuns and whatnot could be very, very beneficial. But it is definitely going to be a bit of a struggle.
I'm mostly looking to the top lane, how DogChamp is going to play. This is their killer lane. Bloody9 starting with the Stroke of Fate. I don't mind that. I just think he needs to pop it, and here we go. He uses one time, a little bit of harassment coming on the Sanking. Sanking who starts with the Caustic Finale, so that means that he has no escape mechanism whatsoever. So they could potentially like slow him down and go with the Battle Fury on him. He is relatively tanky, but if he hits a really good stroke, this might be a kill.
I mean, if they continuously, you know, put down that pressure, chip away over at whether it's Flea or the Bloody Sky, you know, and they eventually, you know, pick up the Ink Swell, right? That is a really nice combo. You have that spin, and then you have the proc with the Ink Swell to stun in place. So lots of potential there, but they do need to get some of those levels online.
Yeah, very easy setup, a very nice way to like play Dota, easy to execute. Also, I want to see what Flea gets on level 2, if he's going to get like Bushwhack immediately and they try to go for a kill on Bloody9, because he is potentially a first blood material, or if he just saves a point in case like they decide to go on him and he needs to run away with Scurry.
What would you like to see him pick up, though, I guess is the question. Do we want
Bushwhack.
Bushwhack?
If he can keep the distance, if he's positioning as well, they can't get on top of the Squirrel, so he should be okay. But yeah, he is saving that point on the top lane.
Some trading in the bottom lane, nothing too crazy just yet coming out from either one of these teams. But the mid lane, of course, we do have the Death Prophet versus the Storm. Death Prophet, of course, like we said, very survivable. We've seen her just dive in later on stages of the game with the Spirit Siphon and still managing to walk away from like 4 heroes, which seems ridiculous, but still a bit vulnerable. Has to be careful once we get those levels online for Storm. She's got to play a little bit more safely.
Yeah, the good thing about this bottom lane, having Shadow Poison on a hero that has low HP, is you don't want to proc it immediately, and they can't use the Healing Salve, so they're losing like a couple of seconds on that as well. And also Healing Salve being nerfed, which was a good thing, and finally he pops it. Like it's 13 seconds, so quite a lot of time you need to stay out of the fight and stay away from the creeps so it doesn't get cancelled.
And it looks like Flea did go for the Bushwhack in this top lane, so perhaps thinking to be a bit aggressive, but of course Grimstroke kind of hanging back here a bit, not going to present themselves and make them an easy target. Spin over though, over onto Bloody Sky. Not quite enough damage, but enough to push him back.
There's gonna be some confusion between Bloody Sky and Bloody9.
Oh god, yeah. Nice Bushwhack though coming out here from Flea. Will connect.
Bloody9 could not get close to use the Ink Swell, so they couldn't connect with the secondary stun. On top of Sanking, would definitely be a kill, but he was a bit too far away.
Again, this is one of those slower games. I'm used to seeing, you know, a decent amount of, at least getting that first blood fairly early, and then maybe some kerfuffles here and there. But definitely playing it safe, taking their time, farming up, and being good with their positioning.
Oh, Yaren tipping Ryoya on a mid lane because he did not pick up a water rune. Interesting.
So it begins. I feel like a lot of the NA teams specifically, too, they know each other quite well, so they like to give some sass back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, Yaren is not a US player, but he's having that NA mentality.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing if you're playing in NA, I would say.
That's fair.
Gotta blend in.
It's not going to make people think you're NA, though. They already know. Otherwise, just fairly quiet, like we said.
Yeah, Pro Dota has been, I think, slowing down a little bit in terms of the kills, especially the first 10 minutes where, oh, okay, this might be it.
This is nice. Yeah, that's a... Oh, okay.
Worth it.
The Bloody Sky slaying the Bloody Nine.
And they were ex-teammates. They played for Team Bloody back in 2017. Just kidding, I made that up. Not true. They just loved the Bloody prefix.
That's why they got the first blood here. The fighting,
yeah,
the
first
scuffling.
Bloody 9.
Bloodthirsty.
That Prophet just hit level 6, has that exorcism on a mid lane. There's a catapult as well, so we need to see Summoner rotating and trying to stop the defense. Because Storm Spirit is still level 5. He's, let's say, getting handled, but there's a lot of denies, so that means that that Prophet got a lot of XP.
And you can see Flea was trying to be in position. Empyrean also is going to just face off here with Yarn. Yarn gonna have to go and throw out that disruption, but we'll buy a little bit more time here for this mid tower. Bit of a dive going on over onto Ryoya, but they have the Phoenix. Gonna try to clear out some of these creeps as well. Ryoya's in a little bit of a tight position. This Exorcism doing a lot.
Oh, they could have gone for the play. I thought they were gonna glyph the wave immediately so that Storm can get level 6 and possibly try to go for the kill. That would have been a really nice play. When I said, you know, she got more denies and got XP, that means a lot of deny was, a lot of experience was denied from the Storm Spirit. They got some good tower damage. They took almost half HP on the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, so that means the second Exorcism is gonna bring it down.
It did feel a little bit difficult for them trying to slow down that tower push, right? Saw that Empyrean did get spotted out by Yarn, and then Flea tried to poke away a little bit, but there's only so much that Hoboing can do, especially at the level that he was at, and when you have that Exorcism Spirit Siphon going on. But pressure being placed on the bottom tower here from Lukey. Pops the dragon form. Ollie's going to try to clear up some of this creep wave, but they do have the Cardi. So it is going to be a little bit difficult. Empyrean pushing back. And it's a slow siege, but it seems to be pretty effective.
Their damage output inside of Simply 2 based on the bottom lane is really not there. They cannot really kill Dragonite. They need to bring Storm Spirit definitely. So this bottom tower also half HP. Dragon, when he's in dragon form, that also means your refraction charges are gonna go down immediately. So I expect Ollie to, you know, fall back from this bottom lane relatively quickly. He might need, especially if they rotate that Prophet.
It looks like there's no rotations coming out just yet. I would like to see some stacking perhaps to be set up here for the side of TOOBASED. We do have several heroes that are able to take advantage of it. Obviously Ryoya on the Storm, and then of course the TA. So maybe they can catch up that way a little bit. They're having a bit of a difficulty. But another disruption. Yarn has been on point with these. This is going to be the second rune that he snaps up from underneath Empyrean's little beak there.
A nice move from Ryoya. He went inside the enemy jungle and stole a big stack.
Well, that's true. If you can't get your own homemade stacks, stealing another's will do. More pressure being placed on the bottom. Bit of pressure being placed on Empyrean as well. He's gonna go for the Icarus dive over to the side, but they could opt to go for a dive if they want. In fact, Yarn and Lukey making their way over. The Sunray coming up from Empyrean, but they'll be able to go put up the disruption. Bloody Sky making his own rotation. It's pretty difficult though. This is a very tanky Lukey. They thought about it for half a second, but no. Just going to be able to teleport away and rotate it.
A lot of rotations, like the wave is pushing in on the top lane, so they didn't get anything done. They did protect the tower, but this tower is gonna fall with the next dragon form.
Here we go, that Inkswell like we talked about, Lukey. All right, the Bushwhack will throw him over to the side. Acorn Shot will slow them down a little bit. Will make the Sand King feel a bit more uncomfortable about trying to get in the initiation and use that epicenter. Go for the D ward over here. Empyrean does get spotted here by Bloody Nine. Tower goes down though.
Looky with the extremely defensive build.
Oh, okay, they have the vision over on Bloody Sky, so that is the end of him.
I like what Lookie's doing. Just realizing if I go more points in Dragon Blood, means that even if they bring an extra hero, they're gonna have a hard time killing me, and I can pressure the tower early on, going straight into Blink Dagger after finishing off Power Treads and 2 Bracers, which makes him even more tanky, so you can put some more pressure on the bottom lane. They need to bring extra heroes. This Phoenix 5 has some percentage-based damage, but it's only 1 point in the Sunray, so they need to bring 3 heroes. Hoodwink about to get level 6, especially if she buys the Tome. So they have the break mechanic there, and then they can bring him down. Exorcism up. A bit low on mana on a Death Prophet, but I want to see them collapse on the mid tower, which is half HP already.
You can tell that they realize that this is something that DogChamp really would like to do, because they have rotated quite a few heroes over to this general area. Flea has himself a haste. He's just going to be a little cheeky, poke a bit. But you've got 2 supports standing behind Fade here, so we'll see if they're able to dissuade.
Sanking is showing on the top lane without a Blink Dagger, so I thought they're just gonna go in, because Sanking is most of their damage. Hoodwink is level 6, there is the burst potential with the Storm zipping in. Well, what's up with Storm Spirits and picking up the Fairy Trinket? Every single time I see the hero, it's always there.
That's, we just watched a whole segment from T-Gov about how good that is, the extra 300 units there. Pretty nice. Sharpshooter getting pulled up, just seeing, oh, it does actually connect, so we'll jump forward, find themselves a quick pick-off over on Bloody Nine. Gotta be happy about that.
Bloody Nine, my man, he's really aggressive. We've seen him play Oracle. SVG said, you know, this is the most aggressive position 5 player, and it shows. Like, there's no one to back him up. Shadow Demon was on the bottom lane, so if they just jump him, but Storm Spirit can solo kill him pretty much. Sanking does have a Blink Dagger now, so that's going to be the burst damage, someone that can follow up on the Storm Spirit's initial jump.
Stone Bank here. Okay, they're gonna start channeling. No, they'll change their mind. Stone Bank, he's used the spin. Yeah, I'm wondering if okay, he's gonna go in for the Omni Slash. Bloody Sky going to tank a majority of this, but okay, Yarn is nearby. Okay, good Bushwhack. Sharpshooter coming out. Will connect with the Burrow Strike. Need a little bit more damage though. You have the traps. Okay, there it is. There's the final hit. As Ollie's making his way over, a little bit of Science Place, but Bloody Nine will fall to Ollie. And this is not looking good now for Phoenix. He's already used that Icarus dive. Empyrean is not looking healthy here at all, but they won't chase. Oh, Crypt Sword. Close. Very close indeed.
Didn't connect there. Also, they didn't use Epi on side of Simply 2 base, so they will have that for the next fight as well. Sanking. He's steeping straight to base. They want to smoke up and try to make stuff happen. They want to get a big kill.
You think the number 1 target? Obviously, you know, it would be nice if they could get Stone Bank, but I'm thinking the Death Prophet, just because she does have the Exorcism up, and they want to prolong the
No one's showing on the lanes right now, so whoever shows, they're going to go for that kill. Right now, they're all, like, Death Prophet and Juggernaut both have 0 mana, so I don't think they're going to be showing on the lanes. Got a good way to dodge a smoke.
Well, someone is showing here in this mid lane. Not the person I think that they necessarily want, but they'll take it anyways. Bushwhack, plenty of damage to that Sharpshooter. And they'll put their attention on this mid tower. Do have the Eul Scepter completed now for the Death Prophet, so it gives her a little bit more survivability. The poor man's BKB, so to speak. But they are smoked up on the side of DogChamp. They're hoping to maybe retaliate now that they have the Blink Dagger online, I believe, for Lukey. Oh, there it is. There's the reveal, and there's gonna be a dead Flea.
Yeah, this should be the tower. I don't think Simply 2 base can defend this one. We still have it. Okay, they're deeping in. Fake pumping the Epi. Loki. very tanky. Let's see if he can soak up all that damage.
I don't know, that's an awful lot of damage, especially when the tower's helping out. So they'll lose Bloody 9, they'll lose Luki, and they will protect this tower. It's very low, even using that egg on Empyrean to ensure that they can't get close enough to get the final hits off.
First Exo was used 5 minutes in, and we haven't seen Exo since then. It feels like, you know, they think they can take down this tier 1 tower without using too many abilities, so they just use the Dragon Knight form and try to take it down by right clicks. I think they should have used this exorcism and just bring an extra hero and fully commit to it.
No, it seems like they're just going to give a couple clicks off instead, but it was sitting already very low. The time to do that would have been much earlier, like you said, so. Eventually, mid tower does fall, and perhaps they'll put some pressure on another part of the map, but right now it seems like simply TOOBASED. They're happy to kind of just push forward with the lanes. Do have a smoke play, though, coming out from the side of DogChamp, so they'll be creeping over towards this triangle area. No one's really home.
Bloody 9 wants to plant some deeper vision inside the triangle.
Empyrean flapping those little wings away, realizing that Fade is nearby, though, after the Phoenix sees him, so he's gonna run out. Luki considering going back in, seeing if he can find anyone, but nope.
Oh, it's the law. You get Inkswell, you need to run in.
Okay.
You go for the high ground, no matter what. I didn't make this up, it's just how Dota works.
Where's the party?
I was gonna say, is that contributing to the low win rate with the Grimstroke, because it's go time when that happens. Just Lacoste say, go, it's the rules.
No, you don't
Get
say
in there,
anything.
Divide.
No, you don't have to say Inkswell is the go. You can ping it, or if you use it, your Blink Stun initiator needs to immediately jump into the fog and check what's up there.
And then immediately die. Sometimes.
It gets much easier once you get to that shard, so there's the spell mechanic.
Under attack.
He is very poor on the Grimstroke. Level 6 also a bit under-leveled. Hoodwink ulti.
Ooh, the sharpshooter. Oh, okay, all right. They've got the disruption. They go for the egg, though. They drop the healing ward, trying to keep this Death Prophet alive a little bit longer. Egg does indeed pop. They stun up too, but not getting quite what they wanted there over on the side of TOOBASED. And DogChamp feeling happy because they grab themselves an Arcane Rune. They've got Exorcism up. They could potentially re-engage, although, all right, the zip forward here over onto Bloody 9. Luki popping Dragon form.
I think they want to go Roche. They know that there's no Epi and no Supernova, so they're going to pop the Exo. They will really love that this Exorcism is level 2 at the moment, because the Ghost double, which means double the damage, but they will still go for it. It was also Exorcism with your Arcane Rune. Let's see how they approach this one. I wouldn't mind seeing Empyrean try to jump in, but Icarus dive is on cooldown, unfortunately, so they'll just say whatever.
We see a cheeky storm play, but this Roche, nah. This is a very low stone bank, though. That's got to be a little bit spooky. But nothing to be shot into that area to ensure a kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Currently seeing the TA sitting at 8.8k net worth, and the Juggernaut right behind here. Do have the Deso online, though, for Ollie, so.
He's super farmed, and he also found the Grobo, which is going to give him extra range. Level 13, Templar Assassin, probably the fastest farming hero in the game right now. Grimstroke trying to set things up. Another 2 DPs, Ollie seems pretty dead.
Yeah, I think when you have this many heroes teleporting over to deal with you, that's definitely, despite Empyrean Sunray trying to keep that TA alive, it's just not going to happen, and is most likely falling here as well.
Nicely done. 2 good pickoffs coming out from the team DogChamp. With the next Exo, they should definitely go for tier 2 towers. Stonebank has been, I'd say, silently farming, because he has not been involved in a single kill so far. As Maelstrom has full S and Y, so that's going to help out getting his Blade Fury, even Omni Slash, that status resistance against Storm Spirit Pull, even Sanking's Jump can sometimes, trick you. You have a good timing, you have everything, but that status resistance kicks in. Oh, jump on the Bloody
Yeah,
Spy.
they want to get rid of Bloody 9.
Apologies.
And now that they know that Luki doesn't have that stun, Flea's gonna be able to teleport away. I wasn't sure if they were gonna make that leap. In fact, what he's hungry, but the blink's too fast over on Luki. He's gonna rejoin his teammates down here in the bottom area. This is a kind of a spooky teleport in as they zip in immediately. They want to make sure that there is no save here available for this next fight. They would like to put some pressure over the mid lane, although, oh, okay, all right, that could be potentially pretty scary here. So they get the Sunray off over onto Luki. They have that negative armor, the Soulbind coming into play, the silence, but the egg comes out, and that's just very awkward here as they get the silence. They'll be able to take down Imperium. Bloody Nine will fall. That Omni Slash, ooh, it does damage. It takes down Ollie. Ryoya running for his life now. Flea also trying to get away from this Death Prophet. The Bushwhack does buy him a little bit of time, but these ghosts chasing after the squirrel. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. No, the Crypt Swarm comes in. The bats will do the job.
Not a bad trade, I would say. They still managed to get 2 kills out of this, but considering that the DogChamp is holding on to that Aegis, getting the Omni Slash and Exo, and not too bad. They traded the kill on Templar Assassin, which is going to slow her down. They would definitely prefer if someone else died there. But yeah, she needs these 2 items. She needs an item that can close the gap, and she also needs a BKB because she needs to be able to protect herself.
Speaking of protect themselves, this is not looking great here for the Bloody Sky. And Aegis does get popped, though. They find this moment here to punish Stonebank for being on his own. The Bushwhack coming into play, follow up. No, he's going to be just a little bit too fast.
There's that status resistance. You feel like you have it, and then you just don't. A bit too tanky on the Juggernaut to take down twice, and they have no BKB piercing abilities unless they use like Supernova preemptively, which is not going to happen ever. So he should feel pretty safe, I would say. Simply to base, they need to play the side lanes. They have very good heroes to punish any kind of aggressive rotation. And yeah, we're gonna see that again. Slow it down a little bit and just not there. Even if they get him with the Hoodwink's break and the damage, it's still not enough. Storm Spirit Pool was on cooldown. They do have this pickoff potential. Storm Spirit with the Orchid and also Sanking with Boots of Travel, Hoodwink playing from the trees, so the burst damage is there. They just need to be on the same spot.
I have to say, Bloody Sky is playing very, very nicely this game. We've seen some very nice initiations. He's kind of been pairing up with Flea for the most part. Back to position. Oh, very fast fingers. So there's no epi. Yeah, I praised him too soon, dude. Caster's Curse.
It's a tough one to execute. They were also very close. Yaren has Ether Lens and the Disruption, so potentially, like, even if they got the initial jump, it's a tough kill to get. I think they need to initiate with the Burrow Strike into Silence from Storm Spirit, otherwise they're not getting the kill.
Well, they didn't manage to go and grab Imperium. Luki turning the wrong way, so Bloody Sky now is going to take a lot of this poison damage, and they're just carrying the dust. They realize that that is definitely one of his weaknesses, so...
Which hero do you want to see die next, Moxie?
I would like to see...
Just praise him, you don't have to say the hero's name.
No, I don't want to be known as the female Kyle.
You can say 4 of them and they just rush down the mid lane and end the game.
God, imagine having that kind of power.
That would be too powerful.
Yeah, have to get nerfed.
So Templar Assassin decided to go for the Blink Dagger, which is also gonna increase her farming capabilities and potentially get the jump out of initial jump. They don't have the real save. There is like Sunray that could potentially keep him alive. There's the
This
silence
is looking good. There it is. And Stonebank, no, he manages to get the Omni Slash off, but they have to chase after him, and they don't want to do it because they see the TP comes out, and he is already just spinning away behind that tier 2. But it's definitely got to have him a bit nervous now.
Oh, that was close. That was really close.
Luki is popping in to say hello, drops Fireball, the silence, the chase is on, the Inkswell, he knows what he's got to do. And
thanks, Moxie, again. He was having a really good time until you said it. Also, this is the Boots of Travel build. It feels like a lot of the times it backfires. You feel like you need to use the item, so you go for an extra wave, and then you get punished, so you kind of kill your own game.
I do have the BKB now completed for Death Prophet that is being brought out to her right now. The Templar Assassin still working towards that BKB. Those are going to be our next big timings, I have a feeling. And it's going to lend them to having a bit more survivability and longevity in these fights.
She's gonna have it before the next row spawn, probably. We'll disassemble the Dragonlance, go back to Dragonlance, so needs around like 500-600 gold to finish it off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They managed to slow her down. There's a big difference now between the Stone Bank and Ollie.
Okay, all right. We have a double damage rune over here. It's going to be bottled up by Juggernaut for the next battle. Creep forward. Okay, he pops the double damage. They're going to jump over onto Lukey. Nice silence, the sun ray, plenty of damage during that, but Stonebank does get pegged with that acorn shot, so he's going to spin up to join the rest of the team. Not the way he wants to be spending this time with the double damage, but could be worse.
Could be. There's no BKB on Dragonite yet. This is like the newer type of a build on Dragonite that we've seen. Fireball got a buff. It's huge AoE, decent amount of damage, especially against like Sanking, removing the refraction charges from Templar Assassin synergies is nice with your stun. So people do go for it before the BKB. Oh,
ooh, the blind bushwhack. Okay, Yarn though coming in with the save. Use the dust over onto Bloody Sky. He's gonna have to go and remove that Phantom's Embrace as the rest of the side of DogChamp quickly follow in to protect this tower. Getting closer and closer to the Scotty on Stonebank. Be very nice.
Scotty just ruins any range carry hero. Item is too good, too powerful. I feel like we need to have some kind of a quick patch. You know, not too many changes, but give a little love to our boy Vorlock, I would say, and the similar heroes, and makes like nerf Tiny a little bit, and I think Scotty's also the huge problem. DogChamp, they're gonna go inside the pit. They do have a sustain coming up from the healing ward, showing bottom this anti-tinker ward, providing vision on Lukey.
Lukey might be a little bit baited here though. Flea is nearby with the sharpshooter. It's like, look at the courier, but there's a Roche going down while all this is happening. So yeah, they get themselves, you know, a nice little pick, but...
Lukey's like, you fools, you don't know what you've just done.
He's only growing more powerful, his team, you know? There it is. All right, Aegis picked up for Stonebank. DogChamp's got to be feeling pretty nice about this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's funny you say, like, oh, maybe you'll see a little patch, give some love to some heroes, and I'm like your boy Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see some of the heroes, because there's a decent amount of heroes that are not being played in competitive Dota, and I want to see them get some loving from the Frog. Silence. He does have a BKB. He might need to pop it here.
He might need to indeed, but no, all right, he's going to survive long enough. He's got an Earn Charge placed over on him too, so Stonebank on the outskirts here.
If
don't have any vision.
Stonebank wanted to commit there with the Omni, that would have been a kill, but it's also a tricky one, you know. If you don't execute well, then you don't have a level 3 Omni Slash in a fight. You're killing your momentum that you just have with this Aegis. A bit of a slower BKB on the Storm Spirit. Doesn't mean much, but he's doing okay. He's in the middle of the pack. They didn't get too many kills. He's not been very active, only involved in 3 kills, doesn't have a single kill on him. Gonna be another death on Empyrean.
You know, if you're gonna lose someone on your team, losing the position 5 is not the worst.
He does have that Spirit Vessel, he does have a charge on it, which is pretty big. So the healing on the Dragonite, healing ward, Death Prophet, it's not gonna be there, but he needs to use it like after BKB, which might be a little bit of problematic, because both have a BKB. Jug has, Blade Fury.
Ooh. Oh, it connected over onto Ollie. They can see you. The Melt Strike is big, but the damage coming out from the side of DogChamp is going to be more than that. So, though, pops the BKB over onto Ollie. He's trying to fight, but nope. Not going to be able to do it. Not with that many heroes there. Lukey finding himself a flea going squirrel hunting. That's a dead squirrel right there, and they do manage to go and pop that Aegis over in the mid lane. So Stonebank not going to have that advantage any longer. Oh, hello, Bloody Nine. Nice silence. He's like, no, 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 no. Roya's zipping in here. Does put betting swell on himself, but he uses the BKB to ensure that he can get that kill.
Yeah, he understands if I BKB TP, nothing can stop it. Gets the kill, gets a bit more active, which I don't mind seeing on the Storm Spirit. They did take the Aegis off him. So only with 2 heroes tanking with the Epi plus the Storm Spirit Orchid, they do have enough damage.
We do have the Scotty completed now too. Yeah, you can see Bloody Sky, the Epi, everything they need to take him out. Okay, there's going to be the Yules coming into play here. It's going to get bounced back with that Lotus Orb, but Bloody Sky seems like he's all right with this. Just going to go and blink out of danger. And there is some pressure being placed here on the top tower. I do like the fact that they did pick up the gem. They are trying to, you know, control this triangle area. They're trying to make sure that they don't have any sort of advantages. And they've got Yarn in a nice position just in case he needs to jump in and provide some sort of save.
Yeah. We still have not seen a full 5-on-5 engagements. Most of these kills were just pickoffs on the side lanes mostly. Jug finishes off the Scotty. He's super tanky, almost 3000 HP. A little bit of status resistance, picked up the shard as well from Roche, so can apply that Scotty with the Blade Fury. Templar Assassin is gonna struggle, I would say, in these fights. They need to choose the target. Finally, Lucky picks up his BKB, so he's gonna have more survivability, has a gem to deal with the traps, and also be able to pick off the sanking.
Dodging a bit here over on the side, trying to find the appropriate engagement.
They know something is up because
DogChamp.
there are creeps in their own base, so they know they're smoke.
Oh, yeah. That's a pop immediately. Lukey, a little bit slow here, though, on that immediate stone hit. And the follow-up with the leash. Lotus coming into play as Roy is over on the back line. He's trying to get some of the damage off over onto the lane 9. They have a beautiful egg while this is going down, and they're trying to buy just enough time with the Sand King. He is going to fall. The stun, though, landing over onto Yarn. They get the Omni Slash coming in. Ryoya barely going to be able to try to get out here as they'll lose the Phoenix. Bushwhack coming out. The Exorcism, of course, has been popped. This is not looking good as they'll end up losing Ryoya as well. So 3 dead on the side of Simply TOOBASED. Ollie now running for his life and fully also trying to scurry away here.
That's a big ball of fire there. Stonebank using ulti on the Storm Spirit. He definitely needs target to be either stunned, leashed, or silenced. Otherwise, I don't think he can just go for that kind of a play. Still big W for them. Lucky climbs uphill, pops the BKB, stays away from the leash because he got leashed back from the Lotus Orb, but they leashed him already, so Sanking couldn't get any spells off in the team fights. He can't use the Burrow Strike, can't blink away. There's gonna be Sharpshooter.
Does end up connecting over onto the Death Prophet, but
they stopped the push. That's what matters. Roshan, it's going to be a long spawn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
how do you feel about certain fire spells not breaking trees?
We removed that. We don't want a lot of spells to be cutting down the trees anymore. Trying to save the environment throughout Dota.
I don't know, it feels a little odd to me. All right, there's a stun, follow up with Bushwhack. Acorn Shot will drop that sentry to make sure that they can't really escape as the Sun Ray comes in, will burn Yarn to death. So a nice pick off here for the side of Simply TOOBASED.
This is not a real life Moxie, this is a video game. We tried to implement some of that stuff, some Pokemon stuff with the fire damage and stuff, but Ignite didn't work out, thankfully. Good egg on the hill. But yeah, Sanking is a lot of their damage in the fights, and if he gets jumped on, that's gonna be problematic. And yeah, we see the jump on Ryoya. He still had enough mana to get out. I believe that Prophet Silence was not ready. Meanwhile, live game. Problem is Lucky. If he gets the BKB off, they just don't have enough damage to kill him. If they do have enough, if they get the first jump, but you also need to be careful about the disruption coming out. They can reset with the healing ward as well. So a bit of a tough spot they're in. They need to be able to jump the Shadow Demon first. I don't think they can afford to go for like these big targets. They need to go in and out. They do have the burst that we mentioned, especially from Templar Assassin. She deals well with these support heroes who don't have enough enough HP nor armor. And Grimstroke finally picked up his real item, which is, you know, on top of the shard, so has a Glimmer Cape as well, which is gonna provide him a little bit more survivability, because core players, they are very greedy, but not in this game. Storm Spirit already has 2 dust, which, you know, I'm gonna give him applause for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No applause from you, Moxie?
No. But we are seeing some movement now. It feels like they want to try to shore up, make sure that they can get this Roche area secured for the coming
Radiant's bottom
battles. But the bottom tower is, of course, getting chipped down by the side of DogChamp. And they'll sweep through here. Trying to push out this wave, and the Aghanim Scepter now completed for Jug. So that will give him the, you know, the little bit more capability of these skirmishes, having the Swift Slash in place. But the Scythe the Vice, ooh, that's a
huge one.
that's
Then,
a big item.
yeah, then they can
Place
look
guy?
to target body.
All right,
3 minutes,
beautiful,
done.
over 3 with the epicenter. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Lotus Orb coming into play too, but the Hex is on. They should end up losing Bloody Sky. Exorcism getting popped.
That was beautiful. I don't think you can ask for better initiation. They do only kill 2 supports, and he loses the life. Roshan is about to spawn. This the 3rd Roshan has Aghanims as well. Oh, everyone wants that. Let's see how they approach it. They're still taking the fight inside of DogChamp.
They are, all right, they'll go. They'll drop the Fire Blast, but just going through. The Hex comes into play. Ollie will immediately fall. The buyback comes out, though. They'll take down Luki. Ryoya having to be a bit careful. Does get feared away here. Bloody Sky clicking away over here onto Fade. He's going to pop the BKB over onto Ollie. They want to burst down this Death Prophet, and the Sharpshooter comes in from the other angle, so multiple buybacks coming out. Oh, Stonebank, though, he's got to be very careful. Looks like he's just going to spin, get out of the area, and this Roche will go over to the side of Simply TOOBASED.
Oh, not sure if they needed to heavily commit there. I mean, this was fight 3 versus 5. Both of their supports did not have buyback at that moment, so they couldn't, like, instantly buyback, TP to the outpost, and join the fight. But Sankin could. Bloody Sky did have buyback and has Boots of Travel as well, so this is pretty huge. Cheese on Storm Spirit, and also picked up the Aghanim Scepter Blessing. So his, right now, the most farm hero in the game, and this is going to be a great setup for either a Sunray or Sanking's Burrow Strikes.
I mean, you could
They
argue that
lost
Bloody Sky...
10,000 gold. They lost 10,000 gold from going 3 versus 5. 3 versus 4 technically, but Sanking did buyback.
You could argue that Bloody Sky has been in such good positioning.
Oh,
that
you're doing it again, huh?
I am. Oh God. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Who we have to pick? We have to even it out though. Pick someone over on the side of DogChamp for me to curse here. Look off.
Death Prophet. She
Death
did
Prophet.
well. This was her first death. I should have said it earlier. Overextended a little bit. I think Stonebank needs to man up a little bit more. You know, go inside. He does have the Aghanim Scepter as well, so if he feels threatened, can use that. Maybe he's too afraid of the silence coming out from the Storm Spirit, because they do have the burst damage. But I want to see him, you know, just go in a little bit more and soak up some damage.
It's a pretty neck-and-neck game, and we figured that was going to be the case earlier when we were talking between these two teams. Less than 1K net worth difference.
Also losing gem. They lost a gem, so Sanking has it, which means that this Glimmer Cape is not going to be as effective. They can play with the traps. He doesn't necessarily need to be as afraid now. Timeless Relic. That's a good one for that Prophet. Having the better fear mechanic, longer duration. Stuns, I mean, she does have a Hex, so that's also okay.
This hero is just so very strong, and it is being played quite well here, like you said.
Yeah, he got a perfect game. Level 25, decided to go for the Siphon Replenish time instead of the Exorcism, which is cool, because you do have 5 Spirit Siphon charges with the Shard.
Survivability on this hero, and also very good items here. That Sheep Stick definitely coming in handy when they took down Oli, I believe, this first time. A bit of a zip here from Ryoya. They're smoked up, though. They're hunting Stonebank. It's gonna try to go over to the... okay, all right. Nice, nice quick fingers, some nice button pushing coming out.
they still haven't managed to kill Stonebank. They did technically, killing him during the Aegis, but
That was a bonus life.
it's an extra one. Yeah, you can throw that one away.
It's like the throwaway pancake, right? The first one you make usually comes out a bit funny looking.
I don't know why that is. It's just the way life works, I guess. You have to throw it away, but someone eats it.
Dire's
Your
Just-
dog can eat it.
is under attack.
It's just one of those rules, like when you get ink swelled, you gotta go in. Well, they're bringing the fight here to their base right now. Stonebank clearing up the creep wave. He's got Leaky behind him in case they counter-initiate.
Are fortified.
But they will go and push out that fortification. Bloody Sky has come back to defend. Stonebank, though, getting a nice amount of damage. The spin coming out the second he sees that tree. He's not getting bushwhacked, not here, not now. And they have managed to split up the side of Simply TOOBASED because people have come home. So perhaps they can get some sort of interception.
Storm Spirit is huge. He has a Hex on top of it, plus a full Bloodthorn. So the burst is there. Let's see how they approach this one. With a missed Sharpshooter, okay.
Dire's courier has been
Miss
killed.
all the shots you don't take. Well, immediately that Lotus Orb comes out. There's like, oh, you watch out there, bruh. You might be in trouble. Yeah, it's very far forward here. The rest of the side is TOOBASED, though. Playing around. Luki walking over the trap. Flame Spirit getting tossed the general direction, but no hard committals just yet. And it is difficult, right? Because they do have an Aegis. Bloody Sky jumping in. Okay, there's going to be the Swift Flash coming through with a spin. And it's going to still be a dead Bloody Sky, but they'll lose Yarn, they'll lose Bloody Nine. And now the Ghost Crypt coming out here. Ryoya will fall.
That's a
Another
full Omni.
middle here, full Omni. It's enough to go and take down multiples. As the Aegis does get popped, Flea is taking damage over on the side. This TA, Ollie's
Bash.
hoping he can make it out.
can get
Oh,
it.
he is gonna die, and that's a team wipe for the side of Simply TOOBASED.
Yeah, Fade moved to the side during the spin, bashed him with the basher. So good stuff. This is what I wanted to see from Stonebank. Just going in, going ham, playing with the Dead Prophet. They lock onto the target with the Hex. You see this like Super Farm Juggernaut coming at you. I don't think you can just afford to go on him, especially if they delete one target before. Hoodwink with the buyback. They know that Sankin does not have buyback, so they're going to go for all in. They're going to end this game.
Well, can't quite finish off the Grimstroke here, and he does have a salve, so he's gonna be able to stand with his friends. A little bit of initiation here coming out from Fade. Gotta be careful, guys. You know, it is defense of the air. They just called
They
GG.
call it.
All right, all right.
They made it close. That Roche fight, not the best execution from the DogChamp, but yeah, they believed in the Stonebank. I believe my boy SVG is going to be very happy about Stonebank's performance. He's been hyping it up lately, and he did end up this game with 0 deaths.
Yeah, definitely a very impressive showing.